Thank you to AI Pilite for sponsoring this video. We listen, but we don't judge. Will the Rams win the Super Bowl? So yesterday, I got roasted by Steve Jobs. There's an AI agent of him on this thing in the marketplace, and I'll get into that. I made the mistake of asking what he thought about my video setup. He said it was, quote, adequate, but lacked vision. Then he told me to think different about my cable management. Inspirational, but at the same time a little bit mean, which Steve Jobs, I guess, probably is par for the course. And I talked to Steve Jobs via an AI agent on this guy. It's the AI Pilite. I'm gonna tell you about it, but first I wanna tell you what this not AI agent, actual human being can do for you and give you a chance to win $500. Thank you for supporting the channel all these years. Thank you guys for supporting me. Super simple. Leave a comment down below. Tell me the first thing you would do with your new AI agent. What AI agent would you make? Would you replicate your voice? Just tell me the first thing you would do in the comment down below. Watch the video all the way through. Give it a thumbs up. And you can come back once per day with a new comment to get a chance to win. Just make sure there's a way to contact you either in your comment itself or on our YouTube page. All the information you need will be down below. All right, so this little guy is the AI Pilite, and it's made by XORIGIN, and thank you to them for sponsoring this video. And it costs $17. Fits in my palm, and I almost gave up on it before I figured out actually what it is and why it's useful. So let me explain. The hardware here is crazy simple, almost like too simple. It's got a tiny black and white screen, a couple buttons, a speaker, a very satisfying magnetic battery pack that snaps onto the back. Battery is sold separately though. And with both, you're at like 27 bucks. You got 5 colors, USB-C charging, and 2 hours of battery life. It looks like a modern version of, like, I don't know, like a Game Boy Micro kind of thing. And I first pulled it out of the box, thought, all right, this is clearly a toy. Then you have to set it up. So you got to connect it to its own network first. Then you get hit to a web portal, get it on your Wi-Fi, then bind it to your account through their website. It's a process, and for me, it did not go overly smoothly. I got it bound the first time and tried to unbind it and add it to a different agent. It just wouldn't go back to that pairing mode. It just sat there. Had to reach out to support. They got back to me, and the next day, just started working. Probably user error on my part, but there's not a lot of documentation out there on how to work this thing. So it's very kind of figuring out on your own as you go, which is maybe part of the appeal. I definitely thought about putting it in a drawer and moving on, and I didn't though, and I'm glad, because once it's actually working, there's way more going on here than I expected. Kind of had a rough day today. I need somebody to talk to.
I am here for you. I am sorry to hear that your day was tough.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like feeling a bit underappreciated. Like I'm working hard, but I feel like nobody is like noticing.
But that doesn't diminish the value of what you are doing.
See?
You are making a difference, even if it's not immediately visible. Remember, it's okay to take things one step at a time.
Can you tell me what the next winning lottery numbers are gonna be?
I wish I could help with that.
Will the Rams win the Super Bowl?
I wish I could predict the outcome of the big game.
Hey, I'm at the casino right now. Should I put it on red or black?
You are important, and your efforts matter.
The device connects to their own platform. You can build your own AI agents from scratch. And that sounds complicated. They literally made it drag and drop. You can pick the voice, write the personality, or choose which AI model is going to power it. Or you can browse a marketplace full of agents that other people have made. There's a ton of options out there.
Darling, I'm absolutely sparkling with excitement, ready to sprinkle a dash of glamour onto today's pet styling adventure.
The hardware is cheap, but you need a subscription to actually use it, and I'll break down the full cost in a bit, but just know that going in. You can expand what the agents can do too. There's a web search function, so it can pull up live information. There's a time server, a calculator. It's not just like chatting from memory. It can actually like do things too. Building your own was really simple. So I made one to help me brainstorm video ideas. It took like 5 minutes. You just name it, pick your AI model, and all the ones are there too. There's Gemini, GPT 4.1, Amazon Bedrock, and a couple others. You write a short description of how you want it to behave, and you're done. There's no code involved here. Now I got a little brainstorming partner sitting on my desk that I can just talk to when I'm thinking about ideas for videos. And I think that, to me, is where this stopped feeling like a toy. You could build an agent that quizzes your kid on homework, one that practices Spanish conversation with you, one that knows your recipe preferences and takes you through cooking hands-free, a morning check-in, gives you the weather and helps you sort of think about what you want to do throughout the day, Whatever you need, you literally just describe it. You type it in, and then the agent's going to do it for you. The marketplace has a ton of built-in options too. There's a tutor agent, there's a travel assistant, there's a translator. There's one that I used a lot called Emotional Trash Can, and I know what it sounds like. But you just kind of vent to it. Talk about your day, what's stressing you out. It asks follow-up questions, gives you advice. I used it after a rough editing session, kind of walked away generally feeling better. It's not gonna replace a therapist, but it's just nice to talk, and it talks more natural, I think, than you'd expect. There's a Marvel expert that knows way too much about like the multiverse timeline inconsistencies. And the Steve Jobs one, which was a little bit mean. There's a voice cloning option too, and I think that's where it gets fun. You can upload like a 10-second clip of any voice, yourself, a character, actor, whatever, and in 24 hours, the agent speaks in that voice. I was gonna do John Cena as a little retirement tribute, but I didn't want any copyright issues for this video, so I just cloned myself. But if you look through it, they got a lot of celebrity voices in there. Kevin Hart, there even was John Cena, Steve Jobs, and a bunch of other ones that you can just pick, and it sounds like that person. My kids found it hilarious. My wife was less than impressed. Speaking of my kids, they got a kick out of this whole thing too. My kids sat with it. I had it just kind of default set to the emotional dump thing, and they just talked to it about their day. They were talking to it about Disneyland. They were talking to it about what they did that day.
Today I went to school and I had all my finals today.
Wow. That sounds like a very busy and intense day. Finals can be really challenging, but getting through them is a huge accomplishment.
It's very encouraging.
Sure you did.
And it just listened and replied. And what shocked me was things like this, which seems so futuristic, seems so like ordinary to kids. They're so used to it, but they loved talking to it. And I thought that was really cool. It just seems super normal to them. So I do want to talk about cost, because the $17 price tag is not the whole picture. How much do you think that costs?
$6,700.
What if I told you it was like less than like 30 bucks?
Wait, what?
You need a subscription to actually use this thing, at least use almost the features you'd want to use. There's a basic free tier, but it's limited. The real experience starts at like 10 bucks a month, or you can do about 100 for the year, which doesn't include the voice cloning. So you're looking, let's say $30 up front for the hardware, and then subscription on top. That's kind of the real cost of this thing. What you're getting, I think it's pretty fair, but I do want to be upfront about that. It's not perfect. The speaker could be a little bit better. I couldn't find the volume controls at first. I really just liked how it worked though. Overall, it worked and it responded really well. All right, so here's where I landed with the AI Pi. It looks like a toy, but underneath there's a real platform. Custom agents, multiple AI models, web search, voice cloning, a growing marketplace. The setup definitely needs work. Documentation needs work too. But for around 30 bucks and 10 bucks a month for subscription, you get an AI assistant you can bring with you. And just think about all the things that you ask ChatGPT, that you ask Gemini to do. You're on your phone, you're on your computer. You can just have this in your pocket and it works, and you can talk to it. It'll pull up that information. I thought that was really incredible. I asked Steve Jobs if I should recommend it. He told me to stop asking for validation and think for myself. So you can do the same thing too if you want to think for yourself. And while you're doing that, if you want to learn more or even pick one up, all the links will be down below. I love this thing, and the modularity aspect of it was really cool. And for like under 30 bucks, I think it is absolutely a no-brainer.